Everyone, our big data project is called MTA Bus Time Prediction. In this project, we design an Android app in which the user can enter the starting stop ID and the destination stop ID. Then as the response, the app will show the user a route on the Google Map with an estimated time to arrive at the corresponding destination. And the technology used are Spark, Flask, MySQL, Android, and some other different APIs to assist us to complete the project, such as the MTA Bus Time API and the Google Map API. For the dataset, we use the MTA historical data, and the details about the MTA data can be found in the following link. The size of the dataset we used is about 2G, and here's a snapshot of our raw dataset. And the next is the schema that the data stored in the MySQL database. There are several fields, and they are ID, date received, hour received, minute received, vehicle ID, route ID, trip ID, and the last one is the next stop ID. And here is some snapshot of how our application works. As you can see, the first line is for the user to enter the start stop ID, and the next line is for the user to enter the destination stop ID. In the middle of the page is the Google Map API we use to show our route, and this is a go button for the user to let the server to process the data. And here is the sample results of our application. As we can see, the source stop ID is 903147, and the destination stop ID is 401948. And here is the route generated by the Google Map. And the 52 minutes is the estimated time that is returned by the server. And here is a diagram of the process of the time estimation. When the server received the source stop ID and the destination stop ID, the Spark does its first filtering on the MySQL dataset. And the condition is that the next stop ID equals to the source stop ID, and this generates the source row. And another condition is the next stop ID equals to the destination stop ID, and this generates the destination row. And then we join the two results with the condition that source row trip ID equals to the destination row's trip ID. Then we use Spark to do a second filter to filter all the records that has the start hour equals to the current hour. At last, we use the Spark average calculation to get the estimated time and return to the app and let it to show on the screen. And to evaluate the app's performance, we compare the estimated time with the Google Map result. And here is the MTA Bus Time API we use to get the bus stop name of the corresponding bus stop ID. As we can see, 401948 corresponds to the bus stop 3rd Avenue and East 104th Street. And bus stop ID 903147 corresponds to the Astor Plaza and 3rd Avenue bus stop. Then we type this two street name into the Google Map and doing a search on the route, and as we can see, in option of the bus transit, the estimated time is 39 minutes, and the results generated by our application is 42 minutes, and the route showing on the map is exactly the same as the one showing on our application. And also, the Google Map doesn't consider the traffic light time, so our 52 minutes is quite accurate in this estimation process. And for the challenge of the project, there are several points. The first one is that we are not familiar with the Android development, and this is our first time, so we have to look for different tutorials to get this all set up. And the second challenge is the configuration of the PySpark. At the beginning of the development, we met plenty of PySpark configuration error when we tried to make the original simplest version of the code to work. Then we check on the Stack Overflow and several other resources to look for similar problems and solved most of the problems successfully. And the third one is the process to draw the route on the Google Map API. Unlike the Google Map app, the Google Map API doesn't support the function to draw the route. So in the code, we have to use the source ID and the destination ID to query the MTA bus information API to get the corresponding street intersection name. With the street intersection information, we query the Google location service to get the geolocation information, which is the latitude and longitude. And with the geolocation of source and destination along with transit mode, we query the Google direction service to get list of steps. Then we use these steps to draw the polyline on Google Map API. And the following is the diagram of the whole process. And for the future work of our project, one is that for now, the app is only able to give an estimation time on direct route from one source stop to another destination stop. And there is no connection service supported. So in the future, the app should be able to act like a Google Map, which can estimate travel time for stops with several connection services. And second one is that since we store the dataset in the MySQL database on our own computer, the size of the MTA bus data is limited. So in the future, we can use the database service on AWS to make the estimation based on more data. And the third one is that the processing server is also running locally, and if the dataset is too oversized, it may cause the problem of slow processing or timeout. So in the future, we can deploy the server on the AWS to make it more scalable. The fourth is that the user interface is quite simple right now since we are not familiar with the Android development. So in the future, we can add more elements in the main page of the app and try to make it more user-friendly. And here's all the information of our whole project. And for the next part of the video, I will show a live demo of how our application works. Now is the live demo part of our application, and we can see that this is the server URL our app will be talking with, and also we got the Python server, we got the Flash server is running. And now let's look at the app page. This is the app page, so that when we hit on the go, it will start to process and we are waiting for the result. And the result is 58 minutes, and also the route is showing on the map. Also, we can compare this result with the result that the Google Map generated. And the Google Map generated results is the 51 minutes, which is very close to our result, which is 58 minutes, so it's quite accurate. And this is the live demo of our application, the MTA bus prediction. And that is all. Thank you.